shockwaves were sent through the industry when Warner Brothers suddenly announced that they will not be releasing the movie Batgirl at all. In a statement, a company spokesperson said, "The decision not to release Batgirl reflects our leadership's strategic shift as it relates to the DC Universe in HBO Max." I'm Elizabeth Wagmeister, and I am here with our senior entertainment writer, Adam Berry, who has been all over this story. Adam, this is really unprecedented. Can you just walk us through what exactly happened and why this happened?
Well, you have to go back all the way back, all the way back to the end of 2020, beginning of 2021, when the previous regime at what was then called Warner Media announced that they were putting the entire slate of Warner Brothers feature films on HBO Max simultaneously as releasing in theaters. The time that was seen as a way to shore up subscribers for the streamer, which it did, but it also put into real jeopardy the studio's relationships with the creative community, especially top tier talent. And so when David Zaslav was coming in to the newly merged Warner Brothers Discovery, he made a real effort to sort of mend fences across the industry. And one of the ways he went about doing that was making a very public show of no longer putting first run movies on HBO Max and releasing them instead into theaters. Batgirl found itself really on the bad end of that decision because it was greenlit as an HBO Max exclusive. Greenlit and budgeted, I should say. The initial budget was around $75 million, ballooned up to $90 million because of COVID-related delays. And I guess internally, they saw this movie as neither big enough to sustain a theatrical release, nor small enough to make economic sense for HBO Max, which I guess makes sense. I mean, it's a very strange decision.
It really is. And you brought up some numbers there. The film, with COVID costs, which were unexpected, cost around $90 million to produce. Now, I understand that when you market a film globally, it adds on tens of millions, in this case, probably upwards of 30 million, but still, this is a loss of $90 million. And it seems like, for what? Something that you touched on is definitely the relationships, or maybe now lack thereof, with the creative community. Actually, in an Instagram post, the director said that they were shocked and saddened. Those are the words that they used to hear about this news. Through your reporting, Adam, have you found out anything about the reaction from the filmmakers, the cast, crew, and of course the star, Leslie Grace?
I think everyone involved with the movie is in a bit of a state of shock. Warner Brothers claims that they are trying to make another project with Leslie Grace and with the directors. I don't know where that will end up. According to our reporting, there is a sort of fiscal reason for this decision. Because of the merger, there's a sort of tax incentive to try to clear off debt from the previous regime. And so the decision here was it made more fiscal sense for Warner Brothers Discovery to declare Batgirl as a tax write-off than to release it onto HBO Max, that they would essentially be able to clear their ledger of this debt. It's happening at a very complicated time for the studio. Not only are they going through a major change of leadership, there's another DC property, The Flash, which is supposed to come out next summer. And the star of that movie, Ezra Miller, is facing down multiple allegations of abuse and misconduct, including allegations reported by Variety.
One thing that I do want to bring up is, of course, it is largely expected that there's going to be an announcement coming soon about the streaming strategy. You have HBO Max, you have Discovery Plus. There's expected to be the announcement about these two streamers merging. Of course, we know this was a $43 billion merger. They said that they need to essentially recoup $3 billion. So we understand that this is a cost-cutting measure, but again, optics really do matter. And I'm glad that you brought up The Flash, because that will be another hurdle that the studio does have to face. Now, unfortunately, we're out of time, although clearly we have a lot more to talk about here. But thank you so much, Adam. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And for more on Adam's reporting and all the coverage on Batgirl, make sure to go to variety.com.